Good evening, everybody, and welcome again to the 14 Eagles Screen Sale webinar. My name is Greg Phillips. I'll be your host. We hope you guys had a great week. We hope everything is going well for everybody. The summer's coming to an end, and we got a lot of good things going on here. And we just hope everybody, gets to going here, because we got a lot of good things coming down the pipe going into this the fall season with the 14 Eagles platform. And we want you to get all your friends and family to take a look at what we have to offer. Just get them to take a look. That's all we asking. And with that being said, Bryant, you got the floor.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, Greg. And welcome everyone to the Thursday night 14 Eagles Thursday night webinar. I'm glad you guys could make it tonight. You could have been anywhere else tonight, but you chose to come here to be with us, and we really appreciate that. So glad you can make it. We're going to have a very special night tonight, what we want to do. But before I get into that real quick, just want to go over the platform. The 14 Eagles platform is doing very well. We've had a lot of activity on the platform here in the past few weeks. I'd like to see that. I'd like to commend everyone that's helping other people get involved in the platform and walking them through the process. That's always good. That keeps down the mishaps and the glitches and the mistakes and all of that. So we really appreciate you guys helping people go through the process. Always remember that on the community website, if you go to the 14 Eagles video tab, which is the page that's being shown right now, it has the process on how to go through, how to set up, how to send and receive gifts, and how to confirm and everything. So all the instructions is right there. If you follow those instructions, you shouldn't have any problem at all. And I believe everybody's doing that because people are coming in and going through the process just fine. So that's fantastic. Just one thing I just like to always remind people as well is that whenever you receive a gift, it's good etiquette to in your Cash App to give a thumbs up that you received your gift in Cash App, and then make sure that you go to your back office, your 14 Eagles back office, and go to gift management and click on confirm gift and click the confirm button. Okay, that's very important to do that as quickly as you possibly can. We know that you're not always in a position to be able to do that right away, but whenever you can, as quickly as you can, always go into your back office and click confirm. That will help the system, let the system know that you received your gift from that individual. All right, because that individual cannot get into their nest until all three people that they sent the gift to have confirmed. And we want to make sure that the person that sent out a gift, we want to make sure that they have an opportunity to get into their nest so they can invite more people, all right, and start receiving gifts themselves. So that's a very important part that we hope people adhere to and stay true to, so we can make the community grow and everyone gets to benefit from getting their blessings from the gifts that they receive from other people. All right, so now we have a special night tonight. We're not going to go through our regular routine of going over the concept of 14 Eagles. So I encourage people to really go to the 14 Eagles community site, which is located at 14 Eagles, www.14eaglesden.com. and look over the site that we have, and get yourself familiar with what we do here at 14 Eagles. Encourage you to read our welcome on the front page, on the home page of the site, which will give you a good perspective of what 14 Eagles is all about. Because, even though we have a gifting platform, we're more than just a gifting platform. All right, and we like to let people know that. We understand people need money nowadays, especially in these times that we've been going through. But we try to focus on the community aspect of what we do. because our philosophy is that if you build the community, the money will automatically come. That's our philosophy. And so, you know, one of the things that we're trying to try to do here at 14 Eagles is our main goal is to get rid of debt and to wipe out poverty. Okay, and we feel the only way to do that is to build our own community, grow our own community, and what we call our virtual community. So I really encourage you to go to the team website, read our welcome, and go through the 14 Eagles community site and look at every tab so you can get familiar of what 14 Eagles does and what we're about, okay, and why we're here. It's because we're more than just a gifting platform, all right? Fantastic. Now, what I want to do real quick, because we got a lot on tap for tonight, and we want people to see. So what I want to do right now is I want to bring up Dwayne. I'm going to open you up, Dwayne. Let me know if you're open.
Give me a second here. Whoops.
Okay, got some feedback.
Can
Okay,
you hear me?
fantastic. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Great, great.
Okay.
What we want to do tonight, you know, over the past few weeks and couple of months, we've been talking about the college debt project that we've had going on, and we've been getting it set up. And the man who put all that together and coordinated everything is Dwayne Perkinson, one of our esteemed members of 14 Eagles. He's very, very important to this community. He also handles the business community and the businesses that advertise on our site. And so he wears quite a many hats, and he does a lot of things for the 14 Eagles community, and I commend him for that. But he's put together a special project dealing with college debt. Okay, and if you have any kids that is in college, or if you've been in college yourself and you've racked up debt, then this is the project for you. Okay, so without any further ado, I want to turn this over to Dwayne. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Thank you, Brian. Greetings, everybody. Hopefully you had a very productive week and looking forward to the weekend. This is I'm on edge in terms of the excitement that I have for this weekend, because this weekend we're going to launch our Blitz, which means that we're going to show, tonight we're going to display the project that we've been working on in getting the video done. We've actually, of course, many of you may have seen the video that we've done for eliminating college debt, the short one, which is 3.5 minutes long. But we've been working on the presentation to do the entire program of what it is that we're talking about in our community, our 14 Eagles community, as it relates to eliminating college debt. And we have a display which we're going to show tonight. We're about 95% completed, but what you're going to see tonight is about 95%. We're on this particular platform here, so it's kind of a secondary sound effect. So it's not going to be tight, very tight or razor sharp in terms of the sound. So just bear with it. But we are going to be switching to Zoom when we actually have it this coming Saturday, and I'll give you more information about that after you get a chance to view and listen to the video which we're about to play. And so it's just more or less giving you a sneak peek of what it will be. So right now what you're going to get is the rough draft of what we actually have that's functional. And right now as we speak, the final draft is taking place right now. We hope to have that done by tomorrow. If not, then we will be displaying this particular version until we get that completed this coming Saturday, which still will meet our needs. So without further ado, Brian, go ahead and fire it up, and then I'll give you further information afterwards.
All right. Let's see if we can get this going. How do I sound right now?
Like you normally.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I get the volume straight. All right, so we can get this going.
Yeah, push that volume up.
Greetings. Thank you for joining us today. Let's Net to Kill Debt movement. You're going to hear some exciting information today that may have you on the edge of your seat. Today's presentation will be approximately 35 minutes. Some of the information shared tonight may be disturbing. This has been brought to the attention of policymakers, but to no avail. We are here with you today to collectively attack this problem head on and present you with a possible solution.
More volume. More volume.
The problem is the student loan economic crisis. Many of you may not know this, but the average student debt is $31,172 per person. The average monthly payment is $393. The time it takes to pay off the loan is 10 to 30 years. 71% of students leave school in debt. But don't take my word for it. Let's take a moment and hear from some students currently experiencing this current crisis right now.
$9,000 in student debt. Because I wanted my children to go, I was willing to take out $15,000 in loans.
Around like $60K when I graduated.
In the ballpark of $80,000, roughly about $100,000.
Right now, I owe $34,505. Just checked it just yesterday.
I am at about 140 grand interest.
Close to $50,000, and it's not a lot compared to other people, but for me, it's a huge sum of money, and I can't even like imagine paying all that.
Somewhere around $80,000 in debt. I'm not entirely sure, just because of how the interest has been racking up as I defer payments because I can't make them very often.
Our generation, it kind of puts us behind an 8 ball a little bit.
It's really a shame that you can file for bankruptcy, but of course you can't add student loans to bankruptcy.
For the most part, it doesn't look good on you. The stink of death.
Honestly, I feel almost a bit silly because I do find myself to be a very smart person, but I don't think I completely comprehended what the debt meant.
I will be paying SoFi until 2037, which doesn't even seem real to me. Right now, my rent is about $925 a month, and my SoFi payments are about $1,100 a month. So you can say that my student loan payments are more than my rent, which is a little heartbreaking to me.
I was just bouncing around job to job, still trying to pursue what I got my degree in.
It definitely was not worth, all the money that I owe. And so it's like, do I choose to stay alone, or do I choose for me and my children to eat at night? So of course I choose for us to eat.
No one should ever have to pay that much to go to school. There's countries, and granted, there's different governments in different countries that allow this, but there are some countries that allow people to go to school for free, and I think that's great because inevitably you're going to be giving back to the economy and the government anyway, when you go into the workforce. So why, make us plunge into poverty before we even have a chance to, get into adulthood? It's just crazy. And right now I live at home, and I'm 30 years old, and that's completely normal for like my friends and I, unless, you get married, because we just can't afford it. If you're paying, say for instance, you're paying $1,000 a month, right, to pay off your student loans, where does that leave money for rent or for other expenses?
Now that we've had an opportunity to hear this information firsthand from those currently experiencing it, let's explore a solution. That being a concept you may have heard of before, cooperative economics. Often small groups organize and pool their monetary resources to benefit the greater good of the community. China, Korea, Japan, West Africa, and Caribbean. These principles span across multiple cultures and all have one thing in common: collective effort and cooperative economics. Now that we discovered this principle is practiced globally among various cultures, let's review an example in action. We now have another video we'd like to share with you to see cooperative economics in action. It's your first day of college as a freshman. Oftentimes you are far away from home. New experience, new school classmates, and potential new future friends from around the globe with many new adventures await you. As you start meeting your new classmates, you soon identify common interests and goals that you all share. You study, socialize, and party together, but how you financially arrive to college is usually not discussed unless you happen to be one of the fortunate few with a full ride scholarship. That becomes the start of your lonely journey of mounting debt, which accrues over the time of your college adventure. Then, after you graduate, you often have a big juicy bill with your name on it. Job or not, it is time to pay the piper. According to Credit.com, student loans nationally mount up to approximately $1.6 trillion in debt, a daunting sum surpassing that of both mortgage and car loans. Pew Research Center states that 21% of adults between 25 to 39 will have to work 2 jobs to help pay off student loans. That can take up to 10 to 30 years or more. So the days of independently paying off your own student loans is clearly extremely costly, very difficult to pay off a loan, and is totally outdated. Here's the alternative. Along with studying, socializing, and partying together, why not connect with each other on a platform for a one-time out-of-pocket cost of a sandwich or a cup of coffee, and cooperatively pay off each of your debts together? We at 14 Eagles Community are looking for a team of at least 20 or more students from 2 to 4-year colleges that will launch student debt payoff initiatives and begin building their very own self-sustaining economic community. An ant doesn't build its mound, nor does a bee build its beehive alone. They both work as a colony or community. We virtually mimic the same concept by building a very large enough funding source to pay it off, with little to no risk capital, without having to tap into your job income resource. This will help you to start building your very own cash machine while attending school. These funds can be used for food, paying bills, transportation, general expenses, and savings to put towards your college tuition. Some may elect to use a portion of the funds for business and investment opportunities. It is totally up to you. So don't let the cost of a sandwich or cup of coffee stand in the way of you becoming part of this movement. You really have nothing to lose and the world to gain. Break the grips of student loan enslavement and attack your college debt now. The ultimate goal is to graduate debt-free. Let's net to kill the debt. Get connected today. You may be asking yourself, how do I fit into all of this? I'd like to introduce you to 14 Eagles. 14 Eagles is a platform that provides like-minded people from all walks of life the opportunity to help one another. 14 Eagles is not a business, it's not a corporation, it's not a network marketing organization. Rather, it's a private invitation only, global community of people who believe in the principles that by helping others in that process, we help ourselves. That's the premise of 14 Eagles. As we give, so shall we receive. We are currently looking for pioneers, those willing to lead the charge and be a part of something greater than themselves. That affects us all at some point or another. The question is, what are you going to do about it? We're looking for approximately 20 students nationwide to pioneer a self-funding student education project and avoid the trap of student loan debt. Debt is a financial bully. Many, if not, are faced with this issue sooner or later. Let's get ready to do battle with this enormous adversary. You can do it alone or with your own resources, or get a community to back you. For as little as the cost of a sandwich or a cup of coffee, you could be on your way of eradicating your debt challenges starting today. This platform will turn your Cash App into a cash machine, and it is extremely affordable to everyone.
Welcome to 14 Eagles. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to describe a program that provides like-minded people from all walks of life the opportunity to help one another. 14 Equals is not a business, it's not a corporation, it's not a network marketing organization. Rather, it's a private, invitation-only, global community of people who believe in the principle that by helping others, in that process, we help ourselves. That's the premise of 14 Equals. As we give, so shall we receive. 14 Equals commonly uses a unique online gifting platform that allows members to come together for mutual interest, commitment, and prosperity. When we join 14 Eagles, we enter into the first step of that process. We're invited to freely send a $2 gift to each of 3 people whose names are presented to you for a total of $6. We now have the potential to receive up to 14 gifts of $2, totaling $28. Of that $28, we keep $7 as our harvest and hold on to $21 for step 2. In step 2, you're invited to freely send a $7 gift to each of 3 people whose names are presented to you for a total of $21. You now have the potential to receive up to 14 gifts of $7 totaling $98. You keep $8 as your harvest and add that to your previous harvest of $7 and hold on to $90 for step 3. Step 3, you're invited to send a $30 gift to each of 3 people whose names are presented to you for a total of $90. You now have the potential to receive up to 14 gifts of $30 totaling $420. You keep $120 as your harvest and add that to your previous harvest total and hold on to $300 for step 4. Now for step 4, you're invited to freely send a $100 gift to each of 3 people whose names are presented to you for a total of $300. You now have the potential to receive up to 14 gifts of $100 totaling $1,400, of which you keep $800 as your harvest. You can see how your harvest is growing. You hold on to $600 for step 5, where you're invited again to freely send a $200 gift to each of 3 people whose name presented to you for a total of $600. You now have the potential to receive up to 14 gifts of $200 totaling $2,800, of which you keep $2,050 as your harvest and hold on to $750 for step 6. Step 6, the final step, you're invited to freely send a $250 gift to each of the 3 people whose names that are presented to you for a total of $750. You now have the potential to receive up to 14 gifts of $250 totaling $3,500. You hold $750 for repeating step 6 and keep $2,750 as your harvest for a total harvest of $5,735 from a one-time initial gift of just $6. You can also send and receive additional gifts by re-entering and cycling through each step. For example, by re-entering step 1, where you send a $2 gift to 3 people, by cycling through that step, you have the potential to receive $22 in gifts over and over. Likewise, by recycling step 2, you have the potential to receive $77 in gifts over and over again. That principle applies to each step. By cycling through each step, you can receive $6,380 in gifts over and over, in addition to the $5,735 in gifts you receive through your initial progression through your 6 steps. One of the first questions we receive is, how do I position myself to send and receive these gifts? Well, I encourage you to contact the person who introduced you to 14 Eagles, and he or she, if they haven't already, will provide you with their website address, 14eagles.com/ and their username. In it, you will find an outline that will walk you through the process to becoming a 14 Eagles member. It's a very simple process that begins with registering for a Cash App account. Cash App is our payment processor, which allows us to seamlessly and in real time send and receive gifts. Once you have established and funded your Cash App account, you can join 14 Eagles by completing a very short template. Then send your gift to 3 people whose names are presented to you in your website, and introduce 14 Eagles to 2 people who do exactly what you just did. Register for a Cash App account, join 14 Eagles, give 3 people $2 each, and introduce the program to 2 like-minded people who do the same thing you just did. That's how you build your 14 Eagles nest. These are the people who follow you from step 1 through step 6. It all began with a very simple 4-step process. As I mentioned earlier, 14 Eagles is not a business. We're not selling anything. We're not asking anybody to change their behavior. We are merely presenting a program to our friends and family members that allows us to freely send a $2 gift to 3 people with the potential to be blessed to the tune of thousands of dollars each month. Thank you for your time, and again, I urge you to contact the person who introduced you to 14 Eagles. God bless.
Now that you've had an opportunity to learn more about who we are and what we do, please type the word READY in the chat if you like what you've heard. Just to recap the 14 Eagles video, let's review the highlights. $6 out of pocket one time. Private fundraising activity of like-minded individuals to eradicate debt. Your participation makes you a founding member of the DebtNet movement. Example, if you get only 2 people and the next day they get their 2 people, and that continues on for 14 days, just on the same $6 entry level, comes out to almost $50,000 in the short time frame, and does not include the second through the 6th nest. Yes, there's more. Remember, you are not alone. This is a leveraged movement with the efforts of the collective benefit all participants. This is not just another cause. It's a movement we want you to join us. Ask yourself, who do you know? Friends, classmates, family members, community leaders. You can easily leverage the energy and efforts of the collective to party with a purpose and build your own cooperative community of like-minded individuals interested in economic growth through your network. Never again should anyone be concerned with attending the college of their choice for fear of having repay college loans during the first 10 or 20 years of their professional career. $6 out of pocket one time is the game changer, and it gets the party started. Less than the price of a fast food meal. Guess what, guys? The choice is yours. Thank you.
Alrighty. Brian, am I coming through?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, great. All right. So anyway, that's the video. We're going to display that Saturday if the final one is not finished in time. This weekend, again, as I was indicating, that we're doing a blitz. This is an actual pioneer launch because we're looking for the pioneers, those who are the beginners, the ones who start the process, those who position themselves right now and take action right now stand to be in a great position in very, very short order. Again, you know, we're dealing with something here that's been prevalent in our community. It's pretty much just global. I mean, it's just a setup, and it needs to stop, and something needs to happen. And unfortunately, we have to take the responsibility personally to change our situation. And what we're doing is collectively and cooperatively coming together to do that by leveraging this community, this platform, and helping to facilitate that process. I'd like to call on someone to just basically share his thought on the video and his situation as well, dealing with college debt. Tim, are you there? Just hit the mute button. And come on in.
Hello, guys.
There he is. All right. Down the button. All right. Welcome. Glad you can make it.
Hey, you know, I was so excited. I was just so excited to hear about this opportunity about counseling college debt. Believe it or not, this college debt has been one of the greatest burdens of mine. My college debt has reached $60,000, and believe it or not, that's $40,000 is just in interest. Somebody says, "Well, how does that happen?" Well, it happens many ways. One, when you graduate, you thinking that job opportunity is going to be there, and those are some things that you don't think about while going to school. But I was so excited to hear about the 14 Eagles and the opportunity to really partner and to do an educational process of trying to help kids and parents figure out how we can pay for this. And I just thought that the 14 Eagles coming up with this awesome, awesome idea of us networking and working with each other to help each other out with college debt. And so, look, I thank you guys for really putting together this presentation, and so that we have something that we can show families that says we have an opportunity. We have something out there that can help you guys. And so I really thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of this and share this with others. And believe it or not, I talk with many college students, and trust me, everybody's aboard.
Tim, so you said that of that 60,000, approximately 40,000 is interest?
40,000 is just interest.
Okay, I need to get a bucket because I think I'm going to Earl. Good Lord.
40,000 is just interest. And just like one of the, inside the video, one of the things that happens oftentimes when you graduate college is that you'd be trying to find a job, and one of the biggest things you hear is you don't have experience, and so you're bouncing around trying to put together some things so it can work out. And one of the things that typically you don't have money to do is pay that college loan. And it starts to accumulate, and by the time penalties and fees and all that continue to add up on you, you're looking like, wow. And so it's huge. And this is going across America. Believe it or not, one of the sad things that do happen is that, people do commit suicide because student loan debt is that real. And, it's not often talked about. But, student loan debt oftentimes gets your credit messed up. And by the time your credit messed up, that almost takes you out of buying anything inexpensively. And so you're always on the high end buying your car, trying to buy a house or get a facility. And so, listen, we have a great opportunity in 14 Eagles in sharing something that will really help and transform people's lives. And so that at the end of their 4 years, either you're looking at no debt or all or a little bit that they can afford. And so I just want to encourage all the people who are listening, listen, come on in, join this movement so that we can encourage families that says at 14 Eagles, we offering a solution on the table.
Thanks, Tim. And I feel bad for you, but at the same time I feel exciting because of what we actually have ourselves positioned to take on. Folks, I don't know where you all stand on this, but personally I find that quite criminal to actually charge that type of interest for anybody, and especially somebody coming out of college just trying to get started. How dare you? How dare you? And you really have to look at that and take a stance on that. No, it's your own personal responsibility to identify the urgency of that. If you don't see it as being urgent, I don't know what else to tell you. But personally, I have a problem with that. And we're positioned to actually make some changes. This is not a sales ploy at all. This is basically, look, we're trying to save lives here. And there's some great things that we have identified that's coming down the pipeline in this economy without having to go into it. But in the meantime, until that all happens, we still have this here. And we need to get moving on it. There's no reason why anybody cannot identify two very simple, easygoing people who got your back, who love you, who respect you, who can afford $6 one time out of pocket, and say, hey, I'm willing to work with you on this. Let's work on, let's give this a shot. Let's take one good $6 and let's go out here and take this to task and just share the information. Say, look, you're going to have that bill. Whether you pay it or whether we help you to pay it, you still have that bill. Now the question is, do you want to take it on all by yourself with your own resources, or are we going to leverage this and knock this bad boy out in 3 to 6 months, at the most a year, and get this thing done? So we're not asking anything of tall order. It's just a question of whether you're going to do it or not. Bottom line. Brian, what you got to say about that?
I agree with you, man. It's, as I always say, it just makes no sense to me at all that our children go to school, get an education, because this is, throughout years, this is what we've always preached, right? Go to school, get a good education, and get a great job, right? That's the thing that everybody preaches, right? But then you go to school to get this great education, and before the kids get their first job out of school, they're saddled with debt. Either they're saddled with debt or the parents are saddled with debt. That makes no sense. That system has to change, one way or the other. So if they're not going to change the system, we got to change. We got to make a change for ourselves, and this is the change.
Exactly. And what I also want to propose to you all, because this is something that we're going to be offering, we're talking about, I don't know if you were caught that was stated in the presentation, but there was a statement called Party with a Purpose. And as we're going through this COVID period, as time starts to wind down with the the existence of COVID to where people are much more relaxed and able to intermingle. One of the things that we will be offering and proposing is that for them to launch at their respective schools an actual Let's Net to Kill the Debt movement reception or party or a mixer of some sort. DJ and everybody's involved in that. Food's included. Doesn't have to feed them a nice big meal, but just nice refreshments. And because this is what college students do. They like to get together. We're social. We people, we're social. So at that age, we're definitely social. And the cost of entry is to be part of the movement. So imagine you or your individual, your child or your friend who's at a college, some such university, state university, and they get with some organizers of organization rather, who look to have parties and propose this to them. Say, look, instead of having this linear party where everything just comes to you all, why not become part of this movement here where we now can help one another while we still help you to raise funds for your cause, but you also allow us to participate in that by having this circular economy through this process while we're having your party and inviting, and I get to invite my friends, and they get to invite their friends. We all participate in that, and they see this structure. The light goes off, and they say, that makes a whole lot of sense. That makes great economic sense. Let's all partner together. Let's all work together to meet our own personal cause to fund our purpose here at our respective school, which is Party with a Purpose. So instead of just wasting time and just blowing our ears out, hey, now we actually can find ourselves coming out of pocket one time $6 to make a contribution to 3 people of $2, and now be eligible to start receiving contributions. And as that community grows, they may walk out of that party with $30 to $50 that night. After 2 or 3 weeks of that going on, it's going to catch on and saying, hey, it's Monday morning, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and he didn't go to the party, he knew nothing about it, and he's interested in the movement. Here's my username. It's just that simple. They sign up. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Imagine having a couple colleges that are tagged to you. Do not sit on this, people. If you can hear my voice, do not sit still and quiet on this and poke around with this. Get the information out. Let's save some lives. Let's have a purpose. Execute your purpose. What is your purpose? If you're on this call, you're here for a reason other than just being nosy. So be part of this. This is a movement. This requires some onesie-twosies to step forth and say, hey, we have a solution to this. Partner with us. Become part of our community. It's only $6 one time out of pocket. It's not like they can't afford it. So it's just a matter of recognizing that, yeah, it's $6, but yeah, a penny doubling every day for 30 days comes out to over $5.3 million. What do you mean $2 won't help? Yes, it will, in a very large order. I mean, we're talking about close to over $50,000 that's going to happen if that happened 14 levels deep and everybody only got 2. So, again, take advantage of this. We will confirm the times, and if you have not signed up for the newsletter, go to our website at 14eaglesden.com, go to the bottom of the homepage, and click on Join Newsletter to get confirmation so you can get the link to get to the call or the webinar that we're going to have this coming Saturday, Blitz. We're scheduled tentatively to have 4 of them. The first one is scheduled approximately 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Everything's based on Eastern time. And the latest one is going to be scheduled for 10 p.m. Eastern. So that helps to not only accommodate the late people here, but also the West Coast. But we need to confirm because we're still trying to get everything together, and we're actually going to show it on a Zoom platform so it's a lot more clear. You'll have a better sound. It'll flow a lot easier, and it'll be a much more attractive appeal to those that are listening to it. And so we do want to provide them a nice presentation. So get your folks on here, people. Don't lack on this. Okay? And yeah, again, I thank you all for being here tonight. You could be anywhere else, but you decide to be with us. So let's maximize this and let's work as a community. This is a movement. This is not a business. This is a movement. We're trying to change lives here. Back to you, Brian.
All right, fantastic. And I'd like to commend Dwayne for putting his effort towards this project. He's done a fantastic job, along with Carlita, Greg Phillips, Ronnie Harris, and
Weta Shears.
Yeah, Weta Shears, and who am I leaving out? The man who did the video.
Arden Smith.
Arden Smith, yes. And
yeah,
also,
and Pam Hextall.
Pamela Hextall. She was the voice on the video. So, you know, I like to commend them for their efforts and everything that they put together on this project, because, you know, hey, look, we're just showing what we can do as a community. Okay, we can come together and we can get done whatever we want to get done. Okay, if we put our minds to it. You know, it's not all about money all the time. It's about community. And this is what we've always preached here at 14 Eagles. And, you know, and every time you come to a 14 Eagles webinar on Thursday night, you know, I know some people come wanting to see the money, okay? But our main focus here at 14 Eagles is community, okay? Because we know that the community is the key. Because if you build the community, the money will follow. The money will follow. Because we understand the economic fact that if a dollar circulates within the community, and everyone that touches that dollar 7 times in that community, everyone that touches it becomes inherently wealthy. That's an economic fact. Right? And so we're not just going to talk about it, we're going to do it. And that's what it's all about. And so what better way to do it is to start with our kids. Okay? Give them the foundation that they need to carry on for the rest of their life, by giving them the opportunity to be able to get an education, and not only get an education, but learn how to give. Because that's what's lacking in our community, in our country, and around the world. You know, having the heart to give. Giving is the key. And that's why our philosophy, and our motto, I should say, at 14 Eagles is give from the heart, share the love, and accept your blessings. That's what it's all about. So now, before we wrap up, I do want to bring up our fearless leader before we end this. Is Greg here? Oh, here he is. Let me bring Greg up real quick. Greg, you're open.
Yes, thank you. Dwayne, that was amazing. I am so excited. I just want to thank everybody, because listen, guys, this is the opportunity that we've all been looking for. You know, we don't have to worry about, you know, handouts or anything like that. There, we can do this ourselves. This is how, you know, civilization has started. You know, people helping each other out, and that's what really this is all about. So we really want to just make sure that you guys understand. Bring your friends and family this Saturday if you can. Make sure they get on this call. They'll have their questions answered. I mean, 95% of everything that they need will probably be in those videos as you saw those. So be excited. Let your friends and family know. I tell you, like, you know, everybody's going back to school. The economy's starting to open back up. This is the opportunity right now in front of us to make sure that we can help our friends and family in our neighborhood. I mean, I'm really excited by this, because, like I said, there are other gifting platforms out there that we all know about, but I can guarantee you, you will not find a gifting platform that cares as much as we do about the people, because this is about building community. This is not just about getting some funds. This is about long term, doing this for ourselves, for us, by us, and we can do this. I just want to thank everybody again for coming to the call. Like I said, I'm very excited tonight. So please let your friends and family know. Brian, back to you.
Fantastic. And also, just to remind everyone, this call is being recorded, so it will go out tomorrow morning. So be sure that you have signed up for the newsletter, so you can be put onto our database, so you can receive our email updates, and receive the
the recording of this call. And if you get the recording of this call, anybody that you know that wasn't able to come, send them the recording so they can check it out and see what we do here. We're here every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can come directly to the 14 Eagles community site located at www.14eaglesden.com, and you can go to the Contact Us tab, the one that I have on the screen right now, and you can actually click on the link, and it'll bring you directly to the webinar. Or if you're on the phone, you can just dial in the number and the code, and it'll put you on the phone as well. Okay? So, as Greg always says, we try to leave no stone unturned here. Okay? We're just trying to get the information out to everyone. Also, just to let you know, if you need to contact us, you can contact us by email at controltower@14eaglesden.com with any questions that you may have about anything. And also, you can also call us at our member service number. That's right. We're a gifting platform and a community that has a actual phone number that you can call and leave a message or actually talk to somebody live. Okay, that number is 301-684-1216. All right, you want to call between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. if possible. All right, we're here to help. We're here to help you to grow. We're here to help the community grow, our virtual community, and because not only are we going to grow all around this country, but we're going to grow all around the world. We're setting ourselves up to be around the world. And, that's not a small task, but that's something that we're willing to take on. And so you're in the right place at the right time, all right? So, with that being said, I appreciate everybody coming tonight, and we're going to do this real quick.